Josh Brown, you've had some time now as an Apple shareholder to think about all this. Given what shares are doing, what are your thoughts?
You know, I think the biggest takeaway for me is not that in the next year or two there's going to be this huge contribution to earnings from the new technology platform. I think it's much bigger than that. I think if you're in the stock and you're looking at a $3 trillion market cap and you're saying, like, how much bigger can this company get? How many more phones can they really sell? You know, a lot of their end markets are saturated just by virtue of how successful they've already been. What's next? What's next? What's next? I listened to a lot of the commentary yesterday, and people are really stuck on this idea that the phone in the palm of their hand all day is going to be what the world looks like 10 years from now. And I have to tell you, I really don't see it. I also don't think we're going to be walking around with ski goggles. So what will probably happen is that Apple will continue to be the most profitable player in wearables. What looks like ski goggles or a half a helmet now will ultimately look like a pair of spectacles at some point. They'll look more like glasses. Everything will get smaller. Everything will work better. There won't be a wire connected to them forever. That's the evolution. And the idea that we're all going to walk around with a phone in one hand is going to be laughable 5, 6, 7 years from now. Apple sees that coming, and they have to not react to it, but plan for it in advance. So that's what this is. So to answer the question, to the Apple investor who's been invested in the stock forever, which includes me, what's next, what's next, what's next? Probably a world where our hands are free, but we are still connected to the web and our friends and family and all of our favorite apps. Apple is probably going to be the leader there because they're making the investment today, and they're being bold and they're being daring and they're willing to take the risk. And that is what should give you heart to stay with the stock for the long term and not think we've already seen the best that things can be.
So, Brenda, you were with me yesterday at Apple Park as all of this was unfolding. And the big question going in was WWDC going to provide momentum for the stock to continue this incredible move that it's had year to date? It's up more than 40%. Right. Did they do that or not?
Well, I think it's debatable, right? I mean, to Josh's point, this is going to be, the VR is going to be potentially the wave of the future, but it's not going to be the wave of this year for Apple, or maybe not even next year. This is something to look forward to as a potential growth driver down the road. But between now and then, I think when it comes to Apple, we have to look at, you know, how much more penetrated can they get? Emerging markets has been a big part of the growth story, so that could continue. Also, kind of cross-selling product. We look at what happened last quarter. 3/4 of the people that bought a watch were new to the watch. So that's still, it's an 8-year-old product, but they're still getting good traction from brand new buyers in the market. So I think that is probably what's going to fuel the stock over the next potentially 18 months. But until we have more clarity about more of a mass market product or mass market adoption of this sort of technology, I think it's just back to the same story that we've had.
Well, I mean, but the same story is fine. Yeah. In fact, the same story is good.
That's right.
If not great.
That's right.
And that's one of the reasons why the stock has done so well.
Right.
So, Stephanie Link, how do you see it as a shareholder? And look, this stock is obviously so important to the market as a whole, and maybe even more so now, just given the fact of what tech has done, what this stock and so many others in the group. And there are others in the space today that are hitting new 52-week highs. It's Alphabet, it's Meta, and some of the others too.
Well, yeah, so nothing changes in my mind, and I'm not inclined to add at 31 times forward estimates. We talked about yesterday, if we were to see a pullback for whatever reason, I would take a look, certainly, especially ahead of the next phone, the next gen phone, which is definitely going to drive more excitement. But for now, I just think, wow, the headset is cool, right? An impressive set of use cases and apps. But it's too expensive, it's too clunky, and while it could increase services revenue, it's going to be over time. So even if they got to 8 million units by 2026, which is what people are forecasting, that's only 36 cents a share. So it's not really meaningful at all. I just don't think it's going to be that meaningful for a while, maybe even beyond 2026. It's exciting, it's fun to talk about, but I think we're in the very, very early stages. So no change in my view, and I just think that there are other places within technology that have better growth and better stories.